Hi, welcome to Susan's Vintage Life, Beauty and More, and I'm Susan. And I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about favorites. I'm not calling them August favorites because when I came on and talked about skincare, I got a lot of questions about body care as people were getting older and the weather's going to get colder and the dry forced air heat that a lot of us have in our homes. All those things contribute to really having dry skin everywhere, not just on the face. Face for most women is somewhat protected because they put creams on and makeups and other things that have some element of skincare in them too. But the body really doesn't get much of that. So the one thing I want to remind you is that without taking in enough internal fluids, nothing's going to lubricate your face or your skin if you're not also consuming water and enough water to replace what your body needs. Okay, so just making that point, then I'll move on to things. I said I'm not calling this August favorites because some of these things I've been using a lot longer than this month, than last month. It's September 2nd, I forgot. I've been using them a while, and I'm very happy with what I've been using for my body, so I thought I'd talk about it a little bit today. Okay, and I did get a lot of questions from subscribers about body care. Okay, the first thing that I use, and I really like this product, this is from L'Occitane, and it's a body oil. And it has almond oil in it, and it is a shower oil. It's for cleansing, so, and it works really well. Also, Ulta has one that you can often get, that buy two get one free, or buy one get one 50% off, or whatever. But Ulta also has a cleansing oil in their bath line that also works pretty well. I just happen to have this one right now because I had just bought a replacement. For exfoliating, I don't use anything really fancy. Actually, I am fairly certain that when I saw these at the dollar store, I bought about 10 pair. And I just pull them out and use them, and I maybe will put them in the washer a couple times, and then I just pitch them and then take out a new set. But I find that with that oil, this works pretty well for getting off the dead skin. I'm not a real, I like to take a bath. I'm not really a shower person, and I really don't like the grit in the bathtub. If I'm going to use something with grit to it, like in the depths of winter, then I do take a shower. And I sometimes take a shower just because I'm in a hurry. But my favorite way to bathe is, I do like a big bubble bath, okay? So that's me. So that I don't care for grit very much. This is something that I've been using consistently since it came out. This Curel Hydrotherapy Wet Skin Moisturizer. You put this on while you're still damp. And it helps because it keeps the water inside. It's kind of like they recommend you do with that Neutrogena Moisture Surge, and I think Clinique has one, and Hada Labo has one for the face, where it's a gel that you kind of put it on while you're still wet, and it's supposed to hold in some of that moisture. That's what this does on the body, although it's more of a lotion, kind of a lotion with a little bit of a gel feel to it. But I really do like this, and it has ceramide complex. I just think it is well worth, I don't think it's an expensive product. I think it might be like $7 or $8, but it is worth every penny, and it lasts forever. I have bought cheaper lotions, and if you have to use 6 times as much, you're not saving any money. You know, like right now I found a Wet n Wild foundation stick that I really like, but I went through one in 3 weeks. So it was $5.99, but if I have to replace it every 3 weeks, am I really saving money over some of the higher price foundations that last months and months and months and months because you don't need very much? This is this is another thing we have to consider, and when we're kind of analyzing our finances for beauty and skincare. But this is well worth the money, and it's not very expensive. Then I also on occasion will use this just as a change up when I'm real dry. This was my husband's favorite. My husband loved the Beekman Brothers 1802, the goat milk products. When he was on chemotherapy and his skin would be itchy from that, you know, some of it is excreted through the pores on your skin, and he'd be itchy and dry. He swore by the non-fragranced Beekman goat soap, and he also liked this whipped body cream. However, this is in Vanilla Absolute. It was the lowest fragrance that we could find in any of them. Pretty much they were all had some fragrance. They may not now, but at the time that this was the only one I could find that didn't have a whole lot in it. But he loved this product, and I do use this occasionally when my skin's worse. But I really do like that Curel. If you put that on while you're still damp, boy, it keeps you moisturized. You feel the moisture in your skin for at least the whole day. Okay. Then I wanted to talk a little bit about hair care products. I have had thinning hair since I was probably in my late 40s because I have this thyroid condition. I'm hypothyroid. Thyroid medication also causes some thinning of the hair. So what I have used for the last year has been this NutriOx system that I get from Sally's Beauty. And I use the shampoo. It's NutriOx, NutriOX, and it's the thinning hair system for chemically treated hair. And I really do love this. I really believe it works. Between that and the biotin and some of the vitamin supplements that I'm taking for hair and nails, I think it works beautifully. But it's a shampoo, conditioner, and then this treatment spray that you spray at your scalp after you're done washing and conditioning. And you use this, I think they tell you to use this apply twice daily. I only do it once at night, but they do say use it twice daily. But I have seen a huge difference. I also get a lot of breakage around my face, and I've noticed when I use these products that my hair is growing a little bit stronger, and the hairs that are real close here live to be longer, let's put it that way. But I do love these products, and I wanted to mention them. They are something that I've used consistently. Every once in a while, I'll use a clarifying shampoo, and then I use I use a conditioner that's intense and it's leave-in. It's by L'Oreal Elvire, I think is what it's called. But I'll use that on occasion just to give my hair a break, because they say everything responds better to some change up every once in a while. Okay, that dealt with bath and hair. And I mentioned a skincare product the last time, but I didn't have it in here. And this is one of the things I got in a BoxyCharm, and it's Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. And this is an AHA resurfacing night serum with hydroxy acids, and gentle flower acids, and hydrating honey. This has done wonders for my skin. I use this the night I don't use Retin-A, and I have to tell you that with Retin-A, I still had milia, and I had a bunch of them right here for some reason, right in here. I have one left, and the only thing that I have changed up during the time that milia went away was using this. So I am real pleased. I mean, of course, I can't make any promises, but that's my observation on my skin, is that I'm down to 1 milia. Okay, and I really like the product. When you get it, when you wash this off in the morning, your skin feels really soft. You don't feel like you're taut or dry. I mean, it's just a lovely product. and I thought I'd mention it. I didn't have it in here when I talked about skincare last week. All right, a couple more favorites that I wanted to talk about. You all know what my life has entailed over the last couple of months. I lost my husband. And he was my best friend and the love of my life. And I consider him a soulmate. I know some people hate that terminology, but I really feel that's what he was. I have to tell you that in my life, I have not really been a crier. I'm not a person who cries all the time. My dad raised me to be strong because my brother had Down syndrome, and he was worried that if I was too soft, I wouldn't be able to take the criticism if somebody would be making fun of my brother or something. So he wanted me to be a little less emotional, I guess is the word, and tried to raise me to be just a little bit harder. Maybe he raised me a little bit like boys were raised in my growing up years. And so I wasn't a crier. But I will tell you that these two and this product stand up to lots of tears without a minute compromise to your eyeliner or mascara. I use both of these throughout the period that throughout the whole period through the all the ceremonies and stuff like that. And that's the Essence Lash Princess in the waterproof, and when I went the first time, when my daughter went for me the first time, they didn't have this one, so she bought this. I love Extreme Volume Mascara, and it's waterproof. I love this product too. I love these equally as well, and neither one of them performed anything but spectacular. I also used the Stila liquid eyeliner, and I also had a pencil from Stila that I used, a gel pencil, and they all lived up to the hype of being waterproof, and I really put them to the test. So I feel very confident in telling you these will stand the test for tears, water, sweat, whatever, perspiration. I'm sorry, sweat wasn't exactly the nicest word to use, but perspiration, they really do work. All right, so those are a couple of favorites, and I got a couple of the new Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and I should have known round things weren't going to stay on that table, right? And this is one of the ones I got, and this is in the color Karina Star, which I love, and I have one right now. And this is one of the Matte Revolution ones. I'm pretty sure it's a Matte Revolution. Yes, it's not the kissing formula, but I love this idea. I love it. It takes me back to when I was a little girl and my aunts all had fancy tubes of lipstick and fancy compacts in their purse. And this is what it reminds me of. This is refillable. You take this out, and you can buy refills for any one of the new colors in the Revolution 2. The Hot Lips 2 collection. They all come in the refill, which just comes like this with a plastic lid on it, and the name is written on here instead of on the bottom. And you can put any one of them into the tube. It is such a nice way to purchase things. I remember my aunts having real fancy tubes. I just wish she'd do that with her compact, because that finishing powder is so expensive, and if you at least could buy a refill for the pack for the compact, I'm sure it would at least save you a little bit of money. But I really do love these lipsticks. I bought a couple and got a couple. I told you in a giveaway from someone in the neighborhood. Somebody there was a raffle going on, and I bought tickets, and it was all Charlotte Tilbury stuff. It was somebody who got it from their grandmother, or somebody bought them Charlotte Tilbury stuff and they donated to be used because they wear makeup. That's a lot of money to spend on somebody who doesn't wear makeup. But anyway, so I've really enjoyed what I got from them, and that lipstick is one of the favorites. All right, that being said, I've gone on long enough with that. And what I'm going to talk about today is a Joseph original figurine. Not Florence like I usually talk about, but Joseph. And Joseph began also at beginning of World War II in Arcadia, California. It was started by an artist named Muriel Joseph, who used lucite, who did lucite jewelry. And her business name was Muriel of California. Unfortunately, lucite was needed for war materials, and so the lucite became impossible for her to get. She started doing ceramic jewelry, and then decided to go into figurines. When her husband came home from the service, Tom George, he couldn't find a job, and so he joined in on his wife's business. By 1946, Joseph Originals was launched, complete with the misspelling of Miss Muriel Joseph's maiden name. Her maiden name was spelled Joseph, Joseph, but unfortunately, due to a misprint, the company was thereafter known as Joseph, Josef. Okay. She does a lot of animals. She does a lot of figurines. She does a lot of she used to do a lot of professions, which is one of the ones I'm going to show you today. A company in Japan started mimicking her work and copying it, and so she added more detail to it. And a businessman that they came onto their business to help it grow suggested that they approach the company in Japan, train them, and get an amount of money, make an agreement with the company rather than fight it. So they did that, and so then Joseph was also produced not only in the United States but in Japan, pretty much by the same quality of and the same detail, because the Muriel trained everybody to do it the way she wanted it done. But what I have here today is my nurse. My parents bought me this when I was accepted in nursing school, my senior year in high school. And so that was in 1973. I guess she qualified not as antique, but collectible. Everywhere you look, the only place that is solid and written in stone for antique and collectible is cars. Everything else you get vague different differentials for age. Anything over 10 years is considered vintage and jewelry. And knickknacks, and like I said, everywhere you look you'll find a different number. But this is my little doll that my parents got me for inspiration when I was accepted in nursing school. All right, that being said, all I have left is a few shout outs, and I've gone much longer than you usually go, but I don't want to leave these out. I said I was going to do a shout out to at least one person who has a well-established channel. Well, let's say in the thousands, and then somebody who's in a little lower category, not quite making the thousands yet. Okay, my first shout out is to a larger channel, and that's Marlene Fab and Glam, over 50. But she now puts over 60 on it. Marlene is a retired school teacher, very recently retired. And she's just wonderful. She talks about skincare products. Her tagline on her channel is, follow your passion wherever it may be. And Marlene really believes that. She encourages women all the time. She also mentions newer channels. She does a lot of things, shout outs and collabs. She has daughters who are starting out on YouTube, and she's just a marvelous person. You can tell that she was probably a very beloved teacher. Marlene, if you go to her channel and you don't see purple, you're on the wrong channel. Marlene's color is purple, and she loves purple, and her intro is done in purple. But you'll love Marlene. She's very honest. She gives very direct, honest reviews. She won't talk about favorites till she won't call something a favorite till she's used it for a few months. She unless it's something like makeup that you know how it's going to perform right away. If it's skincare, she's not going to tell you it's a favorite till she's used it quite a while. She may tell you about it, but she's not going to note it as a favorite yet. But you'll love Marlene. Please check her out. You won't be sorry. Over 4,100 people think that she's wonderful too. So she's kind of tried and true. All right, smaller channels, but bigger than me. All right, Clara Barrera, Beauty is Ageless, 55. Clara does reviews, get readies with me. She does unboxings and hauls. And Clara is a very honest person. You can tell it. If Clara couldn't lie to you if her life depended on it. You can see it all over her face when she doesn't like something. So I think you can trust what Clara tells you about a product. I always trust what Clara tells me about products. And I hope you'll check out her channel. When you go to Clara's channel, you'll see a beautiful metal piece of wall art that has a lot of red in it. That's behind Clara as she does most of her videos. Rarely I've seen her sitting in a chair somewhere, but that's pretty much where she is when she does her videos. But please give Clara a check out. Again, that's Clara Barrera, Barerra, in case I'm not saying it quite right. Okay, the other one is Robin's Beauty Over 50. Robin does 2 videos a week. She does one, what she call it, a 3-minute tip, and she does a Saturday vlog. Robin is beautiful. She does beautiful makeup, and she's recently started her channel. I think she might be, I may be around longer, but she's devoted more to it when I didn't have the time or the chance to do that. But Robin, you'll love Robin. She's pleasant. She's easy to listen to, and interesting too. Those 2, Robin's at 839 subscribers right now, and Clara's at 974. So they're both getting pretty close to that 1,000 mark, and I'm hoping this shout out might help get them a few more. That being said, I thank you and have a wonderful week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you think you know somebody who might like to hear about a 64-year-old woman talking about beauty, please share it with them. It will help my channel grow. And I want you to have a wonderful week. Thank you.